A few weeks ago, we posted our bomb banana bread, full of sugar, full of dairy, so good. But these guys are in a league of their own, completely gluten-free, dairy-free, and all naturally sweetened. They can be your everyday treat. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our muffin pan. So we're gonna grease it with a little bit of coconut oil. And trick I have is just use a little piece of plastic wrap it around your finger, and then you can go ahead and just kind of spread it around. You can definitely use paper liners if you like. I just find because of how organic all the ingredients are, they tend to stick to the paper liner a lot more than we would obviously like. So then you're missing out on part of the muffin. This way, if you have a good nonstick pan and you grease it a little bit, they should pop out without anything sticking, and that way you get more muffin. This recipe is so easy. All you need are 2 bowls, no sifting, just combining. We're going to cream together 1 cup of coconut oil and 2 super ripe bananas. I add 1 at a time and really mash them up. And yes, they have to be super ripe. That way, the natural sugars in the banana really help sweeten our muffins, and the texture of the muffin is that much more moist. Now I'm going to add 4 large eggs at room temperature, 1 at a time. Then, half a cup of maple syrup, that good maple syrup. We're going to combine the dry ingredients in a separate bowl, not sifting this time, just mixing. 4 cups of almond flour. We're adding half white almond flour and half dark almond flour, which is the same thing except they just keep the husk or the skin on before grinding. It gives it a little bit more of a toasty flavor. 1 cup of a good quality cocoa, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using a whisk to break up all the lumps that might be floating around and really combine all the ingredients together. Okay, so normally I say always dry into wet, but our wet ingredient bowl is a little bit small, so I just mix it up. I get my spatula in there so I can reach all the way to the bottom of the bowl too. So time to portion out our banana chocolate batter into our greased muffin pan. It's pretty thick right now because we've used coconut oil, and coconut oil naturally at room temperature is a solid, and then once you bake it, it becomes a liquid. I am putting a generous scoop in, probably about a 1/4 cup per muffin tin to start. And then once I've gone through the batter, I'm gonna see kind of what I have left. And then we might go back in with a little bit more batter. As you know, muffins need a muffin top. This recipe actually came from a really good friend of mine. He loves his sweet treats, but he wanted like a healthier alternative. So we worked on the recipe a little bit together, and we decided we needed to add like a really ripe banana. So we kind of had like a trade-off. I would bring him 1 really ripe banana, and he would make me a healthy-ish muffin. And then I would trade him my healthy-ish muffin and give him a very unhealthy treat that I've made. So sometimes it would be a chocolate chip cookie, it would be red velvet cake, but it's a hard life balancing fitness and food. So this is definitely a treat that you can have that is, you know, guilt-free, good for you, and super tasty. So I'm gonna go back in with probably half a scoop now to top up each muffin, and we'll push them down before we head to the oven. With whatever extra you have, you can throw it in another muffin pan. We're gonna use my trusty offset spatula to kind of smooth everything out. They are going to spread out as you bake them, but I just kind of want them to look a little bit more even. And we're gonna top half of them with some semi-sweet chocolate chips, my fave. But you definitely can leave that part out. That way it actually is completely dairy-free and it stays all naturally sweetened. But a few chocolate chips ain't gonna hurt no one. We are putting these yummy puppies into a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. So pretty. Let them cool for at least 15 minutes. Our beautiful muffins have been cooling for 10 or 15 minutes now. Chocolate chips are definitely still melty on the top. All you need to do to release them from the pan is a little bit of a twist, and they should pop right out thanks to our lovely coconut oil and our trusty non-stick muffin pan. I'm just gonna place them on top here, and we're gonna give this last guy a taste. So still really moist inside. Let's take a bite. Soft, a little crunchy on the top, really chocolatey. It's very decadent, even though it's healthy. And it doesn't taste healthy. Guys, these are so good. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and eat cake. I am the Bake Boss.